back to a simpler time, I think. Like, I'm out
Okay.
there fucking farming, like, my great grandpappy or something like that.
Piece of
I
hay
was
in your mouth.
I was going, oh, this is the life. Overall, one overall undone.
Straw
Um,
hat.
that I made.
No shirt underneath the overall.
Yeah. I've just got a tan now where I'm only wearing
your Oshkosh is.
only one of the straps is strapped, by the way. So like half my chest is just full on red. That's my farming outfit.
Do you think there's any like redneck out there who's self-conscious about that and like goes to a tanning bed and just like tries to get that strap? Like,
I
or do you
doubt
think
it.
somebody that concerned probably would just take their whole shirt off to begin with?
Yes, yeah, that probably would be it. But I do like the idea of a guy walking in going, I've been out on the field all month, and I need to get rid of this right here. It's too white. And they're like, all right, sir.
I'm not getting any play.
I need to.
I need an even tan.
I think that's the one thing stopping me
from success with the ladies.
And God, you know what, Gus, I hope that you get them. I really hope you do. I hope that it works out for you. But when
go ahead. No.
Go.
I was just no. Go ahead. Mine wasn't funny.
I was just gonna say, I think me being getting as into gardening as I've gotten, it actually does kind of reconnect me to the earth. And it sounds like the most hippie thing I've ever said, but like, it forces me to like slow down and be like, I have to look at this tomato. What's going on with this tomato plant, or what's going on with this cucumber plant? Why are its leaves brown? And I don't know. For me, it centers me. Like, in a way, it calms me down. I mean, here's the thing. I'm getting up at fucking 5 a.m. right now and loving it, by the way. Like, I'm up at 5 a.m.
That is not the Daryl I know.
I'm telling you, I agree completely. I've been doing this for like 2 weeks now. I fucking love it. I slept until 7 the other day, and I woke up and I was like, I'm so fucking tired. I fucking hate it. I think for me, like 5 hours of sleep is a sweet spot. Isn't that wild? 5 hours of sleep. Wild.
You're almost a short sleeper. I think if you only need 4, you're technically a short sleeper. I wish I was a short sleeper, but guess what?
Oh yeah, my wife's the same way. Like, I'll be up for like on Saturdays, I still get up at like 5 and 6. Like, it doesn't stop. Like, I still get up and I've got like a whole day ahead of me. And last Saturday I got up at 5:30 in the morning, and I don't think my wife got up until like 11. So like.
It's kind of nice being up before everybody else, though, because you get some time to yourself. That's one of the nice things. I tend to wake up way earlier than Becca on the weekends, or on weekdays too, just in general. But on Saturdays, it's since I work from home and neither of us gets a lot of alone time. We're kind of home together all the time, so it's nice to get a little time to yourself. I imagine Olivia's not up yet or any of that.
No, she is not. None of the kids are. Cadence is a teenager now, so she sleeps until like noon if I'll let her.
Nice.
And I generally do, because I remember being like a kid and my dad waking me up. I remember being like 13 and my dad waking me up at like 10 on like Saturdays, being like, "You need to get up," and I'm just like, "But I don't. I didn't go to bed till 6. You need to let me sleep."
Also, why? It's Saturday. Let me do what I want.
And so that's kind of where I've landed on like letting Cadence sleep. Like, if I need her help with something, I will generally wake her up at like 10 or 11. But like most of the time, I don't need her help with anything. So I'm just like, girl, keep on sleeping.
That's a service you're doing her, believe me.
Well, I don't want to, like, I know that me being a teenager for me was at this point a long time ago. But I do
it doesn't
still
feel that long ago.
Right, I agree. It doesn't feel that long ago to me. And I also I don't want to, like, I want my kid to, like, do the things that she wants to do within reason, right? Like, I don't want her, like, going out and doing drugs or anything like that. But, like, staying up all night, go for it, kid. Like, that's a rite of passage almost. And we've talked about that before.
Yeah. And, everybody listening to this, do your drugs at home. Don't go out to do drugs.
Don't do them. Do them at home in a safe space.
Have
with no children around.
Yeah, no acid if there are kids around.
Absolutely
Only
not.
like weed if you need to calm down, and coke if you need to pick up and match your
I would
energy.
say no coke. No coke around children either. Uh, as the parent in the room, I feel like I have to speak up here.
So what most parents find effective actually is called a speedball.
Oh yes, yeah. I've heard about this in my Facebook dad group. We trade recipes for hard drugs. No, we don't do that. I'm not even in a Facebook dad group, but we don't definitely. If I was, I wouldn't be trading hard drug recipes.
And as soon as they started advertising them, you'd be out. You'd be like, this is not what I signed up for, guys.
I mean, it really depends on like what else I'm getting out of the group, if I'm being honest. Like, am I getting a lot of other good tips? I may overlook the speedball recipe trading, you know?
So you're willing to overlook the fact that like there's an active narcotics trade going on in a Facebook group that you're part of, which makes you an accessory, I think, if you don't report
does it though? Like Facebook private groups are private, man. Like there's like a protocol there, you know.
But
you don't you don't narc.
I mean, I don't think the law says that.
But like I don't know that the law would really. I don't know. Like that's
the laws are being cool
area.
if they don't do it. You
know? Narc. Yeah, you're right. They really do. They're pretty clear about that. The book of cool. That's rule number 350. Don't be a fucking narc.
On the dad group.
Sure.
Be cool about this.
Be cool about other dads doing drugs.
We have to. We need an escape. Ours is hard drugs. Some dads get into video games or going fishing.
Or lawn work.
We do heroin.
We do nothing but we do enough drugs that John Candy is rolling over in his grave. I was gonna go Chris Farley. He could be rolling over too. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. John Belushi.
Yeah, you know those big dudes who fucking love doing drugs. I don't know what to tell you. They should have joined the Facebook dad group. Perhaps they would have gotten some better tips.
Yeah, if Zuckerberg had just been a little quicker. You know,
if he hadn't been not born whenever John Belushi died,
he really could have changed things.
I mean, the world could have just been a different place. I think. I mean, if
Belushi was still here, do you think Trump would be president?
No, it would be John. It would be Belushi.
Yeah, and Jim would be like, planning to run when his second term is over.
Jim would be the attorney general, like Robert Kennedy and John Kennedy.
And then Jim gets shot in a hotel kitchen.
There'd be a Blues Brother, an official White House Blues Brother
inauguration.
Yeah, it'd be like it'd be cool. I would watch that inauguration, to be honest.
Get Aykroyd to come out and yeah.
Aykroyd would probably be part of the cabinet too. Who would be in John Belushi's cabinet? Like, let's get into the real politics of what everyone wants to know. Who would be in John Belushi's cabinet if he were elected president if he were still alive and elected president in the year 2016? Do you think he'd stack it full of his actor friends?
Do you think he would go with like early SNL alums, or would he go for like people he worked with maybe a little bit later? Like, for example, would he pull the entire first season cast of SNL to be part of the cabinet? Probably not Chevy, because nobody likes
Chevy Chase would be probably. He definitely would not. He wouldn't have even been invited to the inauguration.
Yeah,
it would have been everyone else would have, but he would not have been invited. It would have been some cold-blooded shit. They would have like the one person that still talks to Chevy Chase would be like, "Oh yeah, you're going to President-elect Belushi's inauguration,
Blues Brothers inauguration party."
And he's like, "What?" And then he's like, "Oh, never mind. I don't know who this is that's talking to him." Who else was in the original cast?
Garrett Morris, Gilda Radner, Lorraine Newman, Dan Aykroyd. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody.
I think Aykroyd would for sure be there. I don't know what he would be, though. Maybe he'd create a whole cabinet of paranormal investigation.
Yeah, there you go. He's into that shit.
He really is. Yeah, that's what I'm so... I think for sure he'd be if he wasn't a part of the cabinet, he would have made him part of like a special like sort of task force or something like
Yeah, the Ghost Task
paranormal.
Force.
He would have just called it the Ghostbusters. Let's just be honest. Like the Ghostbusters Task Force.
Right, because he wouldn't have had to make the movie because President Belushi would have, made his dreams a reality. He doesn't have to put them up on a screen anymore.
He's like, he's like, I'm gonna find that there are ghosts and I'm gonna bust them.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the different positions in a cabinet to know who would be good.
I just don't know enough about I don't know enough about that era of Saturday Night Live. I was clearly not born whenever that.
Yeah,
and I haven't watched it enough to know either. So
I read, there was a book about, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago called Live from New York, which was sort of an oral history of Saturday Night Live. And I read it, and then I got really interested in the early, years of SNL. But I think I only made it through part of the first season before I was like, this has aged. I mean, there's still great bits, and you can tell that everybody on it is very talented. But
and on cocaine.
That too, yeah. But yeah, I mean, SNL isn't really meant to be for all time. It's meant to be for that week.
And I also think that it's meant to be for a certain. Yeah, is SNL? Can you watch SNL at any age? Absolutely. But are you necessarily going to be in on all the jokes? Probably not. I feel like I have, because I kind of started watching SNL in earnest in the 90s, Mike Myers, Dana, at an absolutely inappropriate age to be watching, by the way.
Yeah, Wayne's World got me hooked.
I agree completely, but I was 10 watching Phil Hartman do Clinton impersonations and all these sexual innuendos, and I didn't really understand them at the time, but I really enjoyed it. And I obviously, as I became a teenager with Will Ferrell and all those people,
yeah.
And then even the cast after that with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey and Seth Meyers, and even now I still watch it now. I think that I'm probably the last two really big casts have been kind of where I feel age appropriate to be yes, SNL is mostly for me right now. But I think that I'm soon going to be aging out of that demographic
shivering,
where I'm wait a second. What are they talking about? Who are they making fun of here? Who is this? Maybe I won't because I have kids and they'll keep me at least somewhat informed of pop culture for a little while.
I'll be the one Daryl, explain SNL to me.
Who's Harry Styles?
Why is he hosting SNL?
Why is he hosting and also being the musical guest? What does he do? And I'm Sean, he's a singer. He was in One Direction.
What One Direction of what?
One Direction. What of East, North, South, West? What are you talking about?
Oh, what do I even call you? And I just hang up.
Yeah, that sounds like you. No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding.
It's just turned up a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always big on hanging up on people whenever I don't get what I want from them.
Oh, fuck this. Click.
It doesn't matter if it's a job interview or
I didn't get it. Fuck you. Click.
Or an editorial conversation to sell a book.
Yeah, that one has really come back to bite you in the ass.
More books.
You've garnered a pretty bad reputation in the literary world for being for being tough to get any information out of, or
tough to keep on the phone.
Fuck this.
I'll answer an email eloquently, but when I get what I want immediately.
Well, and I mean, we were raised by boomers, man. That's just what we grew up with. Now, give me what I want now.
I laughed really hard at that. Maybe inappropriately hard at that. Especially, yeah.
It was a joke at your own expense too. That was. You were that's fucking true. You gotta laugh.
Oh man, I really nailed myself to the wall here.
Got him. Sean, you got yourself. I know.
I know.
Oh.
Well, I fucking know who I got.
You know what? This podcast is over. Click.